He's the white-suited icon we all recognize. Colonel Harland Sanders, the face of Kentucky Fried Chicken, is as American as apple pie. His image is synonymous with delicious fried chicken, and his legacy is one of perseverance and innovation. But behind the friendly smile and string tie lies a story of grit, determination, and a whole lot of fried chicken. Sanders' journey wasn't a smooth ride. It was filled with ups and downs, twists and turns. This ain't no ordinary tale of business success. It's a saga of a man who faced numerous rejections and failures, but never gave up on his dream. It's a story about a man who wouldn't take no for an answer. Sanders was a relentless entrepreneur, always looking for the next opportunity to make his mark. A man who, at an age when most folks are thinking about retirement, built a fried chicken empire. At 65, when many are winding down, Sanders was just getting started. Colonel Sanders wasn't born with a silver spoon. He grew up in a modest household in Indiana, where hard work was a way of life. He didn't even start selling chicken until he was 40. Before that, he had tried his hand at various jobs, from a farmhand to a streetcar conductor and even a lawyer. But he had a dream, a secret recipe, and a belief in himself that was stronger than a double down. His secret blend of 11 herbs and spices became the cornerstone of his success. So buckle up, folks. We're about to take a trip through the life and times of the Colonel, exploring the key ingredients that made KFC the finger-licking good phenomenon it is today. From his humble beginnings to his rise as a fast food mogul, Sanders' story is one of resilience and innovation. Get ready to hear about his early struggles, his lucky breaks, and the challenges he overcame to share his Kentucky Fried Chicken with the world. His journey was marked by numerous setbacks, but each one only fueled his determination to succeed. This is the story of how a simple farm boy from Indiana became a global icon. Through sheer willpower and an unwavering belief in his product, Colonel Sanders turned a small roadside stand into a worldwide brand, leaving an indelible mark on the fast food industry. Harland Sanders wasn't always the Colonel. In fact, his early years were far from the image of the iconic figure we know today. Born in 1890, he had a tough childhood. Growing up in the rural backwoods of Indiana, life was anything but easy. He grew up poor in rural Indiana, where the landscape was dotted with small farms, and the air was thick with the scent of hard work and perseverance. His father died when he was just 6 years old, forcing young Harland to step up and help his family. He worked odd jobs, from farming to delivering newspapers, anything to bring in a few extra pennies. He dropped out of school in 6th grade. Education took a back seat to survival, and Harland had to grow up fast. He even lied about his age to join the army at 15. The military offered a sense of stability and adventure that he craved. Life wasn't easy for the future colonel. Each day was a struggle, filled with uncertainty and hard labor. He bounced around trying different jobs, a steamboat pilot, a railroad fireman, even a lawyer, though he never actually finished law school. Each role taught him something new, adding to his growing skill set. He sold insurance, tires, and even ran a ferry boat. His resume was as varied as it was extensive, showcasing his adaptability and relentless drive. Talk about a mixed bag. Harland was a jack of all trades, never afraid to dive into something new. Through it all, he had a knack for hard work and a fiery personality. His determination was evident in every job he took on. He was a real go-getter, always hustling. Whether it was dawn or dusk, Harland was on the move, making things happen. But he was also known for his temper. His fiery spirit sometimes got the better of him, leading to confrontations. Legend has it he once got into a shootout with a competitor over a sign. This incident became part of the colourful lore surrounding his early life. Yeah, the Colonel was a fiery character, and he didn't back down from a challenge. His resilience was as strong as his temper. These early experiences, though tough, shaped him. They were the crucible in which his character was forged. They instilled the grit and determination that would fuel his later success. Every hardship was a lesson, every setback a stepping stone. Little did he know his real calling was simmering on the horizon. The skills he acquired and the resilience he built would soon converge in a way that would change his life and the culinary world forever. The story goes that in the 1930s, Harland was running a gas station in Corbin, Kentucky. Times were tough. The Great Depression had hit everyone hard, leaving many struggling. To make ends meet, Harland started cooking for hungry travelers passing through. He served simple home-cooked meals at his gas station diner. He fried chicken, of course, using his mama's cherished recipe as a base. But he wasn't satisfied. He wanted something truly special and unique, something folks would travel miles and miles for. So he experimented. He tinkered with spices and cooking techniques. He spent almost a decade perfecting his secret recipe. Finally, he cracked the code. 11 herbs and spices, a pressure fryer, and voila, Kentucky Fried Chicken was born. It wasn't just good, it was finger-lickin' good. The recipe was a closely guarded secret. Even today, it's locked away in a vault. But it wasn't just the recipe that made his chicken special. It was Harland's passion, his dedication to quality, and his insistence on cooking every batch to absolute perfection. From gas station grub to golden goodness, the first Kentucky Fried Chicken. Word spread like wildfire about Harland's delicious chicken. People drove from miles around just to get a taste. His gas station diner became so popular that he expanded it into a motel and restaurant, which he called Sanders Court and Cafe. He even got a prestigious honor. In 1935, Kentucky Governor Ruby LaFoon named him a Kentucky Colonel for his contributions to the state's cuisine. The Colonel's fame grew and so did his business, but success didn't come easy. He faced setbacks and challenges along the way, but his determination never wavered. He kept frying chicken and serving customers with his trademark Southern hospitality. His success wasn't just about the food, it was about the entire experience. Colonel Sanders was a born showman. He loved to chat with customers, telling stories and cracking jokes. He was a true original, and his personality was as much a part of KFC's success as his secret recipe. When the Colonel met the Colonel, a business deal gone right. This is the story of how a determined man with a secret recipe turned a small-town restaurant into a global phenomenon. The 1950s brought about big changes for Colonel Sanders and his burgeoning chicken empire. It was a time of transformation and opportunity, but also of significant challenges. A new interstate highway bypassed Corbin, Kentucky, where Sanders Court and Cafe stood. This new development meant fewer travelers passing through and fewer customers for the Colonel's beloved restaurant. Traffic dwindled and the Colonel was forced to sell his beloved restaurant. He was devastated. The place he had poured his heart and soul into was no longer viable. But this setback was just the beginning of a new chapter. But at 65, an age when most folks are thinking about retirement, Colonel Sanders was just getting started. He had a vision and a recipe that he believed in, and he wasn't ready to give up. He hit the road with his secret recipe, a pressure cooker, and a whole lot of gumption. His journey was not just about selling chicken, it was about proving that perseverance and passion could overcome any obstacle. He traveled from town to town, restaurant to restaurant, offering to franchise his chicken recipe. Each stop was a new opportunity, a new chance to share his vision with the world. He faced a lot of rejection. Many restaurant owners couldn't see the potential in his idea. They were skeptical of an elderly man with a pressure cooker and a dream. People thought he was crazy. They laughed at his persistence and doubted his chances of success. But the Colonel had something they didn't, an unwavering belief in his recipe and his mission. But he never gave up. His determination was unshakable. He knew that if he kept pushing forward, he would eventually find someone who believed in his vision as much as he did. Then he met John Y. Brown Jr., a young and ambitious lawyer. Brown was different from the others. He saw something special in the Colonel and his chicken. Brown saw the potential in the Colonel's chicken and his unique personality. He recognized that this was more than just a recipe. It was a brand waiting to be unleashed. Together, they struck a deal that would change the course of fried chicken history. This partnership was the turning point that the Colonel had been working towards. Brown became KFC's first franchisee, and under his leadership, KFC expanded rapidly across the United States. The Colonel's dream was finally becoming a reality. and his chicken was on its way to becoming a household name. Today, KFC is a global brand, with thousands of restaurants in countries all over the world. The Colonel's legacy lives on, a testament to the power of perseverance, passion, and a really good chicken recipe. And it all started with a man who refused to give up, a man who believed in his dream and worked tirelessly to make it come true. This is the story of a business deal gone right and the Colonel who made it happen.